Hello, hello. I welcome all of you. The online training program ICT tools in learning and admission. Myself, Dr. Sudhanshu Kumar, the Department of Elections and Commerce, University of better known as JK Institute of Applied Physics and Technology. So I formally welcome all of you in my presentation, and this presentation we are going to discuss about the Google form. What exactly the Google form, why it is, and how we may use the Google form in our day-to-day life. So let us start with the Google form. So the first question come in mind that what is forms? What is form exactly? So thing is that if we talk about the offline form, so this offline form, what we are doing in the offline, a form is a kind of document. If we talk about the offline form, form is a kind of document where we are trying to collect a lot of information from the candidate, from the user. So it is a well formatted document containing a lot of blank fields where the user have to fill this field with their own personal data. So this is the offline document. So of so basic purpose of this form is to collect the some information from the user. This information may be a personal information. This may be some professional information. This may be something else about the environment, about the working criteria, etc. So depend upon the necessities, depend upon the requirement, the form field may be vary. Now in this modern technology world where we have a lot of computing devices, so instead of collecting the information offline, we are trying to impose on the online form. So whatever the problem with the offline form, we have to first design the form, we have to print the form, we have to distribute the form, and after filling of this form we need to collect it from the user, and then we have to feed this information to the some software so that later on we may uh, is- analyze about the information provided by the user. So if we are trying to conduct some kind of the survey, so what will happen in this case? In the case of the survey, a lot of information we are going to collect on offline mode, on the offline paper, and later on in order to make a relationship among these, or trying to find out some statistical properties among these, we need to feed all this information manually to the software. So this is a kind of the tedious task. So in that, so here the online form solve this. This online form help us to collect the information directly in the particular form. So Google Form is a kind of online form tools through which we may design the form and we may collect the data from the user. So why we use the Google Form? So already we have discussed in order to meet the some curriculum objective, we need to find out, we need to perform some kind of the survey to achieve some kind of the objective. The Google Form will help us. We may also design a Google Form to ask various type of the question from the user. It can also with the Google Form, we may perform some validation of person. So with the control data entry. So means whatever the form we may have designed, suppose that we may have designed the offline form where we need to take the date of birth, date of birth from the user. So we have an offline form and we have to take the date of birth from the user. So if we do not define the format here, so user may enter any kind of the possible date of birth like 1st January 1970. Somebody will feel like 01/01/1970. Somebody may feel like 1st January 1970. Some may feel like 1970 January 1st. So we have a different kind of the date format, and if we do not define the format in the offline mode, even if we define the format in the offline mode, there is a chances that user may use their own format by mistake or by some um, by mistake generally. Whereas in the case of the Google form, we may impose some kind of the validation over the form. So user have to enter the information exactly in the same way, because this Google form will not allow them to enter any other kind of the format here. So it will impose on the user that they have to fill the information in the correct validated format. So this validation option help us to take the information from the user exactly in the predefined format. We may create professional looking forms. We may put some kind of the background images, some kind of the colors, some kind of the some attractive tools we may use, so that this Google form will look more attractive and more in the professional. Similarly, the reason behind using the Google form is that by the multiple way we may administrate the form. Multiple way like that, we may allow someone to use Google form. We may also impose some restriction that one user cannot fill the form more than once. Similarly, so we may impose a lot of restriction, or we may impose a lot of rules over the filling of this form. So Google form help us to administer the forms. So what are the advantage of the Google form? The first and the great advantage that it is an online tool. So whatever the information has been entered by the user, it can be collected easily and efficiently. We do not need to work extra over this one, how to feed or how to collect this information. So we may create the surveys in a very few minutes. We may prepare a questionnaire, we may post the questionnaire, and we may collect the information from the user. The advantage of the Google form is that if we have a Google account, so if we already have the login with the Google account, so automatically it collect the email ID and some personal information which required directly as a from the Gmail account. So we do not need to impose a lot of thing here. Something it is Google form, it is going some Google form automatically fix some information from the user. Interface is very useful and very easy to use. It follows the principle of what you see is what you get. So whatever we are finding over the Google form, whatever we are viewing, whatever we are finding on the Google form, it will be look like as it is. So during the designing, whatever we have designed, it will be look as it is whatever we have designed here. It stores the feedback received, so we can analyze it later on. So whatever the feedback we may analyze it, integrated with the Google spreadsheet. So if you don't have any kind of the MS Excel form or MS Excel software, still you can collect all this information, and the Google form directly transfer this information in the spreadsheet format. So with this spreadsheet format, this spreadsheet can be opened with the MS Excel, it can be opened with the Star Office, it can be opened with the another applicable software. So this is a kind of the platform independency. Do not have to only work with the Windows operating system. If we are working with the Linux operating system, this Google spreadsheet can be opened with the Star Office, etc. As we already have discussed, it can impose a restriction limitation to the answer. So we may impose a restriction on the answer. We may impose a restriction like that, number of the word in the character, date format already we have discussed, etc. It can be integrated with the website, so that the link can be sent using the social media, social networks, email ID, etc. So we have a multiple ways through which we may share the Google form link, and whoever the recipients, they may access this. unlimited question and answer at no cost. So there is no restriction on the number of the question or the number of the answer. So we may design a long form as well. We may design short form as well. It also supports some kind of the scripting. So if you know about the some kind of the scripting technology like JavaScript or the VB macros, etc., so we may also put these VB macros or the scripting in our Google form. So it will help us to collect the information in a more precise way. So as everything having the advantage as well as having the disadvantage, so what are the disadvantage with the Google form? So the first of the major disadvantage with the Google form, that is the availability of the internet. So internet is most requirement here. Either you use the Google form or you design the Google form or you share the Google form. We require the internet connection. Without internet connection, it is very we cannot even design or fill the Google form. So internet is one of the most important things. So this can be treated as a disadvantage of the Google. Design customization is very limited. As we have discussed already, we have a various tools through which we customize the background or the themes, etc. But that is also in a very limited way. We not design in a very artistic way. So we have some limitation. We have to follow that limitation. But the customization, the limitation of the customization is sufficient. Means we have a lot of thing here through which we may customize. But if you totally design in a different artistic way, then we have to go with some of the restrict. Security concern, user has to create a good password and protect it. So it is applicable with any kind of the online form, online tools. So similarly here the security concern is here. So we may have to follow the security concern. We may have to design the password in a some good way, in a very good way. So we require a strong password here. Certain limitation regarding the capabilities of the tools, like it accept takes up to the 500 KB. So whatever the paragraph or whatever the information or whatever the Google form we are designing, it can accept the takes up to the 500 KB. So very long answers, etc., we cannot be accept with the Google form. If we accept, if we if we trying to take some input from the user or some images or some signature or some image from the user or some document from the user, either in the PDF format or in the MS Word format, so there is a limitation. The size, it cannot be go beyond the 2 MB. So whatever the image we are uploading, that image have to be under the size of 2 MB. If it is more than 2 MB, the Google form will not allow to upload this. Spreadsheet, the limit is 256 cell and 40 cell. So 256 cell. So you assume that 256 cells, so 256 number of the questions and 40 seats, etc. So this is already very much for us. If you are really go to design a very long survey or very long kind of the form, then the Google form, we may have to design the multiple Google form, or we may use some another kind of the software. So this is the limitations of the Google form. Now what are the kind of the question or what are the kind of the input we may take from the user is the text, the paragraph text, multiple choices, checkboxes, etc. So let us discuss each and everything. So text and the paragraph field. So user with the help of the text field, we may accept answer in a multiple words. So the example like that, we have to collect the information like name, or we have to collect the information like address. So we may use the text field to take the answer from the user. We have another kind of the field, that is the paragraph field, and this paragraph field accept the short answer. So short answer like that, we have to ask the question like that: describe yourself or your objectives or your hobbies. So or your some uh, if you want to say something about some situation, etc. So if you need to take the answer that is required to write at least 2 or 3 lines, so we may use the paragraph here. So paragraph field help us to describe the short answer, take the short answer from the user. We have a checkboxes. So checkbox is kya? Checkbox is what? If we have a question and we have a multiple answer. So from the multiple, among the multiple answer, if we have to take only one answer from the user, or sometimes we may have to take multiple answer option from the user. So checkboxes, if we have to select the multiple choice, then in that case we may use the checkbox. So just like that, we have to collect that information, what are the identity card you have. So in the case of the India, we have a multiple kind of the identity card like Aadhaar card, voter card, PAN card, etc. So if we are asking the question like that, which of the following card do you have? So here, the multiple choice checkbox we may have to give, and the user may select whatever the identity card they may have. Multiple choice question. So as multiple choice question previously with the checkbox, so user are free to select multiple number of the checkbox whatever the ID card they may have. But sometimes we have to give to select only one option from the available whatever the options. So in that one case, instead of the checkbox, we may go for the multiple choices. Multiple choice is a field in the Google form. So it work as a radio buttons. So with the help of the radio buttons, only one answer can be selected at a time. In the case of the checkboxes, the user may select multiple option. But with the case of the radio buttons, multiple choices, the user may select only one applicable answer at a time. Then we have a drop down list. So in the case of the multiple choices, we have a multiple number of the choices. User may select a multiple. In the case of the checkboxes, user may select multiple option. In the case of the multiple choices, user may select only one appropriate answer. But if suppose that you have a very long list, just like that, you are asking from which country you belong to, and if we write the answers with the check boxes, or if we write the answer using the multiple choice, that is the radio button, the list will be populated very large. So in the case of the check boxes or in the case of the radio button, all answer have to be shown on the Google form. So if we consider if we have more than 150 number of the countries, then we have to put up all the countries list here. So definitely what will happen in this case, the Google form will scroll very we have to scroll the Google form, or we have to take the larger Google form here. So in that one case, instead of the multiple choice, instead of the check boxes, we may go with the drop down list. So with the help of the drop down list, the drop down list is just like that. We have a multiple number of the list. So when the user will, so it is not always showing on the form. So when the user will click on the multiple choice option, a drop down will list will be populated, and the user will select the appropriate answer. So with the drop down list, if we have to give lot of choices to the user, and from one a single choice need to be selected from the user, then we may go with the drop down list instead of the multiple choice. Similarly, we have a next field, that is the date field, which accept the date, and here we may change the date format. So dd mm yy mm dd yy, so whatever you may prefer, or yy dd etc. can also be checkbox. Sometimes we need to select, we need to give multiple option to the user, and the user may have to select some appropriate answer. Just like that, here we have designed the example of the checkbox grid. Here the suppose that we are going to prepare a timetable of study. So what subject will be discussed on the Monday? So we have options like physics, chemistry, mathematics, and computer. So on the Monday, what subjects should be considered? So what are the subjects can we discuss on the Monday? So here the user may select the physics as well as the chemistry or the mathematics or the computers or any one answer either from the physics, chemistry, mathematics or computer or multiple number of the subjects we may discuss. So if this kind of the information we may need to take from the user, so we may use the checkbox. Similarly, multiple choice grid, with the case of the multiple choice grid, if uh, if we have to collect three address information from the user, so in the address one, what kind of the documents user wish to produce, in the address two, what kind of the documents user may wish to produce, with the address three, what kind of the document user may wish to produce. So with the case of the multiple choice grid, only one options can be applicable in a particular column. Whereas in the case of the checkbox grid, multiple options can be selected from the user in a particular row. Whereas in the case of the multiple choice grid, only one option can be selected within a row. So this kind of the restriction with the multiple choice grid. Linear scale. Sometimes we need to discuss about the performance or the feedback. So in that one case, we may impose the linear scale just like that. Scale your knowledge. So we may give the option like poor. The numeric value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where the 1 represent about the poor and the 5 represent the best. So this kind of the question and this kind of the linear scale can be used in the Google form. So in this way, by this way, I have discussed about lot of thing about the Google form. So now in the next video I am going to show you how the Google form can be designed and how it can be shown on this. So uh, let us discuss about the designing of the Google form in the next video. Thank you.